Alright, we're back at the lathe now to turn the MT3 taper for this shell reamer shank. Okay, so I think the way to do this is I'm looking up the MT3 taper in the engineering black book, which is like a machinery's handbook but just a condensed version of it. And I'm looking at number 3 here, Morse taper 3, and I look over the taper per inch on diameter. I think that's the right number, I'm not sure. It's 50 thou and 2/10. So we're going to go over here. The taper attachment is installed. Well, the taper attachment stays installed permanently, but I just set up the tail part of the attachment right there. And I'll move over the cross slide here. I set the angle basically approximately based on the inches per foot. This is just a very approximate. And then to get it as close as possible, or at least with this machine, is I use the DRO, and what I'll do is I'll take the backlash out of the taper attachment. There's a lot of backlash in taper attachment, which is quite normal. So I move the cross slide over, and I move the X 2 or 3 inches, and then what I do, I zero the DRO, and see if I can do 3 things at the same time here. I'm going to advance X by exactly an inch, and hopefully the Y, I know it's reversed, but hopefully the Y is at 50 thou. So let's see, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there we are, 50 thou and 6/10. So that's as good as you're going to get on a taper attachment like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera down and start taking some cuts on a test piece right here, and get a rough idea to see if it's cutting correctly. Okay, let's see if you can see anything here. Get this fired up. Alright, good morning everybody. Back at the lathe here. So I had finished off yesterday by turning down the MT3 shaft, and I thought I just hit it bang on or just slightly under. Well, it turns out when I slid it into the tailstock over there, looks like I do have a smidgen left. I can't measure because it's taper, but I can grind just a little bit off to make it a perfect fit. So I'm happy about that. The only thing I'm not happy about is because this is on a taper, the tool post grinder is also following that taper, and the barrel of the tool post spindle interferes now with this side of the tailstock, so I cannot support the end of my shaft here. Now I got a roughly, it's about 4-inch extension. That's not really good. So I think the finish won't be as nice as it could be, but do I go with it? Yeah, sure, I'm going to give it a try anyway. So I'll set you up here and see what happens. Okay, back here, got a tang milled on there. I just copied a drill bit, and it looks like it's correct. So, when I stick it in here, if I rotate it, I should find where it locates, and okay, it locates right there, but it doesn't go very deep, which means I can still grind material off, which is good. Also, if I stick that in, and I got the tailstock locked, I can move this around, and there's no, or I can try to move it around, but there's no wiggle. So I'm thinking that I got everything good. I just have to keep on working on the grind. I'm just really disappointed with, I don't know if it shows up on camera, it probably doesn't, because it's quite subtle. But yeah, that isn't great finish, and I gotta find a way to support a tailstock with something longer, maybe like a long dead center or something. That might be worthwhile making for situations where I need to grind something with a tool post that's a relatively small diameter. This end right here is around 700 thou. So you know, the body of the tool, I'll turn it around here, maybe you can see, but the body, let's flip this around here. The body right here of the tool post grinder interferes with the tailstock, so that's the issue. And you know, I don't think that's a big problem to solve, but it's something that I'll need to make a tool for. Yay! Okay, back to grinding. Alright, that looks alright. Oops, keep banging that at the end there. Oh, that's really hot. That's one thing I gotta cool this down. It's very, very hot. Okay, so the quality of the grind this time around is improved quite a bit. Still not perfect, but I'd be very happy if this is where it stayed. Anyway, let's, haven't tried this yet, so let's get this in here. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the tang, just rotate. Yep, that goes in plenty. A little bit of a shoulder there. That's exactly what you want. That seems to fit just beautifully in there. I'm not going to bother bluing it. This is not a super precision fit thing. I can tell that this, you know what, I'm just gonna give it a little tap at the end here with a hammer and see if I can get out by hand. There we go. Lock this. No, there's no way. No, that's not coming out. Alright, so let's see if it pops out. Yep, pops out beautifully. Very happy with that. So I say that the taper part here is done, and we'll move on to the next part, which is making a keyway whereabouts, right in here, for the sleeve to ride up and down. Alright, so we're at the mill, and I'm preparing to cut a keyway here. So this is the key, it's a 3/16 key, and the plan is to cut a keyway in this section of the shaft, and that would be right inside here, so that the sleeve could slide up and down while it engages the shell reamer. All right, we're recording here. That should be good right there. I don't think I'm going to use any mist. It's just a small cut. I'm going to go at 2000 RPM here. That should be it. Alright, so I got you set up here at the arbor press. I'm just basically doing this right over top of my tray, and I got a little container here to collect the oil and the broach when it drops down. But anyway, hope it's zoomed in enough. Let's check. Yeah, there we go. That might be it. I'm going to get some, see if I can oil this up right now a little bit. I could tell there's going to be a mess. There we go. Okay, that's oiled. Oil up the broach. I've never done this, guys. This is the first time ever broaching. Should be interesting if it works. So this one's all set up. Let's go. So far, this is going a lot better. Yeah. Hard to do, but it is going. Oh yeah. That is working. I think the other one was dull. Hallelujah, that went through. Okay, gee, nice. Got the keyway. This looks like it should go, but won't be able to tell for sure. Still tight. Oh, I wonder if it's just the width of this keyway. I think the depth might be okay. Might be just the... Okay, I gotta take my gloves off and do this off camera. It was a project that I didn't really need to do. It was just one of those things where I looked at this shell mill that I had laying around for years, and very nice piece of kit. It says, oh, UB. So yeah, that's a UB is a very United Butterfield, very well known reamer and drill bit company. These are super sharp. This thing has never been used, and it's a nice reamer. It's 1.25 inches. I may need it once in my lifetime, who knows, but the thing is, I really don't need this because I actually have other 1.25 and 1.5 reamers that are just all integrated. So for me, this was a a learning project. Can I actually build something and learn something? And I learned a shitload. There's no doubt about it. But the bonus is that I actually ended up making a tool that's usable. It wasn't a half-done project that I ended up throwing away. It's a number 6 shell reamer arbor, and it's got an MT3 taper here. This is a 4140 steel. I will probably harden not harden, but yeah, case harden this taper right here. I'm not too sure if I would do the same with this guy on the MT3 side, because I don't want that scraping up my tailstock, so I'll probably just do it onto this side right here, and maybe the threads as well too. and that will keep it from wearing, you know, if this goes on and off. But you know, that'll just be one of those things. I'll have some projects to case harden, and I'll just throw that in the case hardening project. So anyway, here's the oh, let's see, there's a shiny side. Yeah, so the machine side, or they're both machined, but the nicer side goes right up against here. The fit of this thread and this nut is absolutely beautiful. It is just such a nice machinist fit. Zero play. It's just fantastic. Anyway, I'm just bragging. Just love it. Key goes in here, and the sleeve slides over top. This actually worked out great. That was a broaching part of it. Maybe I can bring you in a little closer right there, so you can see that broached through nicely. First time I ever broached anything. Man, you know, guys, if you guys have never broached, this was only a 3/16 key, and I have a 3-ton arbor press. That was a beast to get that through. So if I had to do a quarter, I'd have to go to the hydraulic press. There's no doubt about it. There we go. So that slides on there very nicely. And the reamer, there we go. So I just back that off a little bit, back that off, push this on real hard onto its taper, and I can leave the gap there, or I can just snug it up. And right now the reamer is set in the tapered arbor. And there you go, so that's it. And to take it off, just take a wrench. No, I was able, no I can't. You just give it a turn, and there you go. It releases the reamer. So one more time, back this off. This goes all the way down. In she goes. I can't take that off. There we go. Works nicely. Very happy with that. Anyway, one of those projects. I'll never need this thing again, I'm sure, but nice to have done it. Nice to have practiced some machining and stamped it number 6 because apparently that's what this size is. And there you go. So anyway, thanks a lot for coming with for the ride, and we'll see you next time.